Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sleepy, and welcome back to Perceptions of the Dead 2, the last of the 4 chapters. We finished Misty Mornings, Undercover Undead, and Garage Reverie. For some reason, those two, Undercover Undead and Garage Reverie, are not green completed, so I assume we didn't get the canonical ending. Because Undercover Undead was supposed to have like very hard topics in it, for example, like cyberbullying and stuff. But we never got to that. We kind of finished the story beforehand. So either I'm like super efficient because the ending was a good one, or I don't know what I did wrong. Also, Jill didn't got her tattoos, and with Garage Reverie, it also took like 20 minutes to finish it, which I think I just took a path that just led to a quicker ending. I don't know. Well, anyway, house haunting. Ripley accompanies Marcus as he goes looking for a new place to live, when they end up hunting more than houses. Ooh, creepy, spoopy stuff. Oh, it's raining. Oh, those Parisian blinds. I love them. Ripley looked at the Venetian blinds. Oh, yeah, the ceiling and this Baroque architecture. I love it. I don't know. I think she just wants to sell you shit. Oh, isn't it Baroque? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, no, look at that sass in that. Oh, yeah, Owen. I pressed the button again. Oh. Is it haunted? I mean, Ripley would pick up on it, right? Or Marks maybe as well. Huh. Huh. Hmm. Insulation. Differently educated. Oh my god. I love that. Differently educated. That's a nice way of calling someone an idiot. Wait a second. I need to write. That's a nice thing. That's a nice way to say someone what you think of them. And I like nice ways to say people what I think of them. Differently educated. That is so good. Marcus couldn't hold back a snicker at that. The realtor was several years younger than him. It was interesting to see what the woman found to be important. Oh yeah, Marcus is like super old, right? Yeah. Huh. The realtor left and Ripley finally spoke up. We're really buying a house, Marcus. Man, you looking good, my man. Marcus, my man, in that black shirt, holy hell. And Ripley looks good always. But you, oh, you're rocking it. Hot. Us? Oh, Tyrone. That looks a little bit odd. I feel like his brow and his eye should be like his brow here, his eye over here, but I'm not a artist. I'm bad at this art thing. Hmm. What is up with Marcus? Marcus blushed. Oh, he's into her. Well, depends, but most of the time, yes. I can agree with that. But also, there is the issue with Ripley being hundreds of years old and a ghost. The old part is not the issue, it's the ghost part that makes this complicated. Okay. Hmm. Oh yeah, Ripley isn't against it, right? Because that's what I said, I think, in the first one in Misty Mornings, when the whole relationship thing came up again. Again, logistics. Logistics. Um, is that if you can interact with it, if you can touch it, if it can talk to you, where's the difference? Man, he's so off, even his eye is like drooping down. Uh, a loud crack sounded from above them, rattling the very house. It wasn't. Hmm. Oh. Well, you haven't bought it yet, right? Yeah, that would be bad. Especially if you want to get away from that stuff. The no one wants to buy part is like, especially if you're just some normal guy who just buys a house that no one wants to buy and no one's been killed there, or if you don't matter that someone has been killed there, fine. But if you know that shit is real, and you're having a ghost accompany you, and the ghost is like, "Oh, buddy, there may be something, a little bit of something maybe there, right?" And then I don't know. Does it change? Does it really change my voice if I put this here? Okay, sorry, my pop filter just went AWOL. Let's continue. Oh, come on. Looks like one of those ancient paintings from some philosophers, where the eyes like over here, and the nose is here, and the mouth is here, and the ears are here and here, you know. Marcus pulled the string, the door swung open, and he leapt backwards. Oh, that is creepy as hell. A null fell from above, its form violently flickering as it crumpled to the ground, barely able to hold itself up in the crouch. I guess that was it with buying the house, right? Were they trapped up there? Holy shit. Oh, that's so creepy. Oh! They can talk? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, we can do that. We just need to get our guy Owen. What if it's a ghost that is becoming a null? Brother? Oh, that's so creepy. Oh, that's so... I need that as a... Probably. The null's head suddenly rose. Oh, shit. Lust? What lust? A moment of silence passed as the creature tried to so pitifully to rise, reaching towards Marcus, begging. You only did get that now? Man, get Tyrone here ASAP. The Null cocked his head, slowly turning to Ripley. Oh no. Then it was standing, a strength in its movements that had not been there before. It took a step forward, its flickering growing ever more violent. Ripley whimpered, some inaudible words escaping her. Yeah. Oh, come on. Even though she dumped your ass doesn't mean she deserves to die again. Ripley stared at Marcus in disbelief as he simply stared at her, his feet as unmoving as if they were built into the very foundation of the house. Fight! Ripley stepped back in her entire form, wrapping with the motion like a sheet in the wind. Her feet stayed rooted, and with a whip, her hair went taut against the ground. The null lurched, and then was motionless. Empty sockets turned downwards to find tendrils of coarse, ragged hair twining its legs to the floor, erupting from beneath the floorboards. For a moment, the creature seemed trapped. And then it roared. Oh, that's not a nice color. The colors wrapped as though the world was being driven through a prism. The strands touching it began to fray, and Ripley let... Wait, the strands touching it began to fray, and Ripley let hair tear away before the sensation could find its way any further towards her roots. Oh, shit. Oh, Ripley with white hair looks good as well. Ripley fell back, resisting the urge to glare at the dumbstruck ignoramus. I clicked the button. Oh, Marcus, come on! Marcus was so flustered he'd never really thought to try to put it into words. A part of him really wished he'd spent time off his shower arguments thinking of how to talk about this instead of, well, anything else. Oh, shit. Oh, hey buddy. This is coming back up. Round number 2, the null row. Strange noises emitting from it. He's not a good hero. Oh, okay. That was you? Huh. Yes. His breathing began to slow, and when he looked up, despite having the same face, there was nothing familiar about Marcus. Marcus touched the knoll, still wobbly on its feet, and as his face contorted ever further from his own, it began to fade as softly as a dying ember. Marcus closed his eyes, took in a deep breath, and let it out. His eyebrows knit close, worry on his face. Then he pressed a finger to the knoll, and with another intake of breath, it was gone. The slightest hint hanging in the air that it had followed the air into him. He held his lungs full, eyes scrunched shut, silent. Is he absorbing it? Oh, that's creepy. Oh, that's a creepy. Creepy, very creepy. He opened his eyes, and as he said the words, his eyes, white, as though there were nothing in them, but instead of a sunken socket, it was brilliant snow. Not a bad end. Oh, shit. Marcus finally raised his eyes enough to meet her own, but found she was standing exactly where he expected her to be. Oh, that's cool. That's nice. Even though he's like, again, his... Oh, okay, it's... Okay, it just looks in the other picture. It just looks weird in the other picture. Instead, she was there, an inch from his face. Those eyes meeting his own at a proximity he would find uncomfortably intimate. You could practically taste her this close. That horrible, unnatural hunger rose up, and he knew he couldn't hold it back. Not anymore. And then he felt the pressure of cold lips on his own, and even though he had seen it coming, it still took a few seconds for him to realize. She was kissing him. He hadn't even gotten the impression that she liked him, let alone had interest in him. And now, there she was, entirely unprompted. Yeah. Yep. You didn't notice. That's it? Oh, no. Okay. About what? White-haired Ripley looks good as well. Oh, okay. Huh. The realtor's eyes became saucers. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, about. Yes. We just found a cultist sacrifice pit in the cellar. Do you know anything about that? No? Well, about that, there are a bunch of zombies down there, so maybe you could negotiate a new price for that house, you know? Just normal stuff you find when you're a ghost hunter. The car roared to life and Marcus pulled away. Aww. You've been saying that since we went to Misty Mornings. Yep. I guess. Oh. No, you don't get it. She's falling in love. Aww. Not anymore, Ripley. She is into him. It means you cannot move away, Marcus. You fuck. Yeah, like a couple, but more with handcuffs than emotion, I guess. Yeah, what choice did she have? Exactly. But she's falling in love, so maybe there's more there. No, but she's like... So, Marcus, she is your Owen, and you are her Jill, essentially. That's what's happening. Oh, what are you thinking of? No. I was about to say it, Marcus. And then he felt chill lips press soft against his cheek. I tell you, she's in Off the Market. Exactly. Oh, that's cool. That's a nice little thing. That not all of those stories are... Also not the ending. Okay, so I need to choose different endings in these three when I play them through them myself, maybe someday. That's it. Again, 20 minutes. So, it's a short review. Misty Mornings was the longest one of those. At least the longest one I play through. Maybe if I choose like the running away in here, the not riding the moped in here, and whatever was the choice over here. I forgot it. Maybe then maybe then the story will be a little bit longer, because again, as I said, in Undercover Undead, we have the part where Jill is talking about tattoos, and Owen is like, "Yeah, I can give you tattoos." And yeah, again, we have here this Raven character that we don't know of, so maybe if we don't choose that path, we can see Raven, maybe? I don't know. Or it's just foreshadowing. But I like these two character building smaller stories. Yeah, Tulip. Tulip was her name. That was her name. Yeah, Tulip. The ghost. The teeny ghost. Teen ghost, I guess. So yeah, I like that it was more focused on less characters, or more on the dynamic between the characters. This two, I don't think that much between Owen and Jill was needed, in my opinion, because they have a lot of screen time. They have a lot of like character dynamics in between them, anyway. But it was nice to see that. But those two, Ripley and Marcus, that was very nice. See them get along and essentially becoming a weird kind of couple, I guess. I think it was worth the money I paid for it. It was very nice. I really enjoyed it. I will play through it maybe at least to these three parts on my own. I don't think in Misty Mornings, I don't think there will be a big change there. I expected the story to somehow continue more, because the story in Undercover Undead started out with the government guy, government sleuth or whatever, the ghost type person, the ghost, the guy who looks like death, like a very bureaucracy-ridden death, interviewing Jill's nemesis, I guess. I forgot her name, sorry. So yeah. So I thought that would go somewhere, but it didn't. It was more focused on Tulip, on the relationship between Tulip and Tyrone, which is also good, I think, that they focus on that instead of Jill and Owen. Because again, I love Jill, I love Owen, I love actually, all the characters are great. Protagonist characters, I should say. The group of protagonists. But I like that the last three here focused on different issues. Like this is the relationship between these two characters. Tyrone dumping her and finally telling her that no, we will never be together and stuff like that. I'm not interested in that, like that, in you. This one where Owen and Jill just bonded, and this little bond thing where Ripley finally is like, okay, I'm haunting you now. I probably am in love with you. She didn't say that. That's not her style, I guess. But that's nice. So if there's a third part someday, I expect Jill to maybe find someone. Another person. Maybe, I know, oh no, Tyrone is like way older than Jill, right? Because Jill is about college age, is that correct? And Owen obviously would be, if he would be alive, but he's like just 20 years older. He would be Tyrone's age, I guess. And Tyrone is like an old man, essentially. Or he's like 40 or something, probably. Or like 35-ish, where I would guess that Jill is younger. A lot younger, like 22, 24-ish. And Marcus should be like old as well. They just look so young because of the art style, obviously. I think I like the art style of the first one and of the first two better, personally. But not to say that those are bad. Like, those are as well really good. Apart in the last one, like the thing with Owen's eye was a little bit, when you look to the side, was a little bit weird. But other than that, it looked good. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Check it out for yourself, obviously, so you can see the other 3 apparently canonical endings. And I don't know if the endings are canonical, by the way. I just assume because this one is green and those ones are not, unless this is the main story and the other 3 are like side stories. But anyway, as always, my name is Sleepy, and I hope you have a good night.